Meet Natalie. Natalie loves books.
This is your brain on books. Any questions? And this is Angela. She's a very serious jazz singer.
Shooby-dooby-dooby-doop-doop-doo. And sure, we both like to stay informed, but this world sometimes, am I right? You know what we need? 30 minutes of meditation.
Pop culture meditation.
So we're here to remind you.
We get it. You're smart. But right now, take a deep breath and put your books down.
Ho, 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 Natalie. Guess what today is?
What?
It's your holiday survival guide, courtesy of Put Your Books Down. Woo!
Oh my God, yes.
The crowd goes
I
wild.
so need this. I need a holiday survival guide. What are you going to show us today?
How are we going to survive the holidays? Thanksgiving's over.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. So, Natalie, now in the past, have you been super into Christmas? Are you super into Christmas?
I love Christmas. I love Christmas music.
Yes.
I don't like to decorate for Christmas.
Okay. But you just married somebody whose halls get the crap decked out of them, I think.
Yes.
I heard.
But also it's going to, I'm allergic to real Christmas trees, and we're going to test out the real Christmas tree this year. I've always grown up with a fake one. Mm-hmm. But I am no Grinch.
Right.
And I feel with enough Zyrtec, and if I need some half ski Benadryls, I will be just fine. And maybe I grew out of it a little bit, but we're just going to see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's all you can do. That's good. Now, I just also wanted to do a couple little updates on some things. So our fake book club that we started back in the summertime? I don't even know when we started our book club, which we're calling now our fake book club because
we knew
guess
it
what?
Then.
We knew we were going to say, everybody read this book.
I read half of it.
And then we were never going to finish it. And we didn't. And we're not going to.
I read half of the book. But then the show came out. There was a show that came out. We didn't know that was coming. And I was like, well, fuck this. I can just watch this. Sorry, Aaron.
Everybody.
But I was like, we can just watch it on Apple TV.
Yes.
Lessons in Chemistry.
We are off the hook. No more off the hook for the book.
And I think that we both agreed that we were switching over to audiobooks.
Yes. Okay. We are both. I'm totally switching over to audiobooks. I actually started, everybody, if you need a good Christmas gift for somebody, I highly recommend the hold on. I highly
where did you hear about it? Don't forget.
I heard about it from one of my really, really good friends. Her name's Natalie. Yeah. Natalie told me you've got to listen to the audiobook.
Well, because of Howard Stern. I listened to her. It was
right. It's My Name is Barbara. It's Barbara Streisand, and she is narrating the book. Everybody, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I was listening to her. I have Sirius Radio to be able to listen to Howard Stern.
Yeah.
I love Howard Stern.
Right.
And she was on this past week talking about the book.
Yeah.
And I had sent on Instagram, I was sharing these stories with Angela, and then I was like, wait, what the hell? Oh my God, this is her. It's finally this autobiography we've been chomping at the bit for is out, and she reads it, and I can't wait.
I know you got to listen to it. It's fantastic. Yeah. So anyway, that was all I really wanted to say. But now we're going to jump into, but I first also wanted to ask you. So I asked my sister this, asked my brother this, and I'm going to ask you this. Well, I'll tell you my sister. I asked my sister, what was your favorite Christmas gift that you ever got? And she told me when I think she was like 16 or 17, she was really into skiing. It was like, we grew up in a skiing culture, snow skiing.
How fancy.
I know, we did. We really just went skiing all the time. It was like a thing in the 80s, So she got this like really fancy ski parka.
Oh.
Yes. It was red on top and blue on the bottom. Like, it was so good. And she had like her bi-level haircut with her perm, and she wore Varnays. Remember Varnays? The glasses? Like red mirrored Varnays. Oh my God.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Because we would go spring.
I would wear all of that outfit now, just like if it's cold outside.
Fully, yes. And my brother said his favorite was when he got the Legos Battlestar Galactica. It was like epic. Yeah, epic. And he put the whole he put the whole thing together. He had all of the action figures. I think my I don't even know what my favorite. I asked all these other people what
I
their
had to ask
favorites
my
were.
sister. I had to ask Lauren what mine
Yeah.
was if she remembered.
What was yours?
She said, I was like, "What was the Christmas gift I freaked out about?" She was like, "Good way or a bad way?" I was like, "Well, now I'm interested both."
Yeah, me too.
She's like, "Well, I'll just." She's like, "You were super excited about your talk boy,
Oh yeah.
the from
Yes.
like Home Alone 2, Lost in New
Yes.
York. We had that like,
Oh yeah.
and I abused the crap out of having that, obviously, with my family, and I get grounded from it, from
Mm-hmm.
recording conversations
Wow.
and such. But
Yes.
I was super stoked about having that. And I think the one you asked me earlier if there was a gift that I destroyed quickly.
Yes.
I do remember that I got a doll one year
Yeah.
that her arm was like up all the time,
Oh
and
yeah.
you pull her arm down and her
Uh,
hair grew out of
uh,
her
oh,
head.
weird with her arm.
And I wish that was me now, because I really wish I could do that and my hair would grow.
Uh-huh.
But I I went too hard. I
Oh.
pulled it down too
Oh.
hard and I
Oh.
broke it. And also I was really into gack,
Oh
that
yeah.
slime stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I dropped it,
Uh-huh.
and I have like this thing, and I have my whole life, like I don't like dust and particles like in my
Right.
stuff. Like I
Oh
don't
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
a stray
Yeah.
hair makes
Yeah.
me want to like jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
So something
That's pretty
happened where it was like
extreme.
I basically, it's a thing. Like
Yeah,
when
I
I
get
went
it.
to water parks,
Yeah,
it's just a thing.
I got it.
Well, I dropped my gack,
Uh-huh.
obviously in a pile of whatever, someone was sweeping a pile of
Oh, yeah.
something, and it got
Ugh.
all in
Yeah.
there, and I threw it
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. 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 Because this is like, ugh. Well, you'll never get
Just
that out of there anyway.
you can't get that out of
It's
there.
like when you are chewing bubble gum and you've just had like chips or something, and then like the chips get into your gum. Gross. Your
I think
face.
the lesson
Your
there is you're chewing your gum too soon after you ate a bag of chips. That's not okay.
well, I'm
You need to rinse. You need to drink some water, do a swish, then eat the gum. Because
yeah.
if you're eating gum with the chip particles, you haven't had enough of a beat between the two
Yeah.
consumptions.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. So anyway,
Food for thought.
that's your
Just saying.
PSA, everybody. So
Just
don't
don't do
eat
that.
chips
That's
and then
gross.
chew
Don't
gum.
do that.
Okay, this is your holiday survival guide. So we have come up with some fun things. We've got some drinks, we've got some crafts, we've got some
Yeah.
television shows that you need to be watching. We've got a movie we think that you should be watching. We're just gonna give you some tips, everybody, about surviving the holidays.
Getting
Um,
through it.
just getting through it with all the good stuff, man. So here we go. I wanted to kick this right off, Natalie, because we cannot have a Christmas episode without summoning my dear friend Michael Mitchell, who is like the king of Christmas. I am telling you,
Love.
when I tell you this man is the king of Christmas, let me just give you some background. I met Michael when I was like 14. Yeah, I was 14. I was a freshman in high school. He came home with my sister from college. They came for like the spring break or something. That boy, that man, he's like, he's like 10 years older than me or something. He walks in, and I swear to you, I thought it was Kenny Loggins. Like, he looked
Oh,
exactly like Kenny Loggins. Like,
oh my
exactly.
God.
Like, he had the
Oh my
hair,
God.
everything. So cute. So he walks in, and he and I just like we just hit it off. We just become like instantly laughing and everything. And so he's just all through the years, he's always just been a really, really good friend, And in fact, when I was living in Salt Lake City and I was beginning my jazz singing career, Michael had actually moved back. He had gone to New York. He started the Gay and Lesbian American Music Awards. He did this whole thing. It's called Glamma. Then he lived in Chicago. He lived in New York. And then he came back to Salt Lake City just to like kind of chill out, from like the New York life kind of thing.
Sure.
And somebody said, my sister called him and said, "Hey, my sister's going to be singing at this place. You should go hear her." And he'd been in New York, and so he's like, "Oh, whenever it's like somebody's sister, it's like, okay, I'm going to go hear your sister sing." He comes to my gig and he hears me sing, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're like really good." And I'm like, "Oh my God,
Mhm.
thank you." And we just became immediate friends. We did
Yeah.
everything together. We lived together in Salt Lake City. We
I
did so much
remember in New
together. Yeah.
York.
Yeah, we lived so much together that like we did so many things together. People were like, "You guys are like married." And I'm like, "Well, this is like my sham of a husband then," because, we'd always make that joke. anyway, long story short, we ended up moving to New York together, and I was, the grace to his will. We lived across the hallway. He found these apartments for us in Park Slope. It was amazing. I mean, without Michael, my life just would not be complete. He's like my
Mm,
brother, he's like
mm,
one of my
mhm,
best friends. So,
mhm.
I'm just trying to make sure I don't forget anything. But okay, for Christmas, he's always hosted people. He's always had like amazing drinks. Michael can decorate a tree like you cannot even imagine. He's like the craftiest. It's just amazing. So I asked Michael to give us some tips, and he did. So I'm gonna
Ooh.
play. So this is everybody. This is Michael Mitchell telling us his first drink that he suggests, and I'm gonna play this. So here it is.
I think there's probably nothing more Christmassy than eggnog. And uh, I realized as I got older that the eggnog that is in the stores is basically like melted ice cream or something, and I just find it kind of disgusting. So I was on the lookout for a eggnog recipe and found this one and adapted it. So this is the best eggnog you will ever have. You want to
Get
start
your
with
pen.
4 large eggs, the freshest you can find. I try and find organic. 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar or superfine sugar, a half teaspoon of dried nutmeg, a quarter teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 3 ounces of cognac, about a third of a cup plus 1 tablespoon, 3 ounces of bourbon, and a cup and a half of whole milk, and a cup of heavy cream, and a half teaspoon of vanilla. In a blender or in a KitchenAid with a whisk, which is what I use, blend the eggs on medium for about 20 seconds until they're well blended. And while continuing to blend, add the sugar and the spices. And when that's well blended, add the booze and then the dairy. Um, I think half the fun of this is just, putting it all together. I put everything in little bowls and then just add it up, and it's super fast. Um, Put that in a jar, mason jar of some sort, and stick it in the fridge. It should probably last for, supposedly it'll last for months because of the alcohol in it. But I've had it in there for as much as a month, and it's still great. Like I said, it's much lighter than the grocery store stuff. Oof, it is so good. You're gonna want to make. I always double this, so you're probably gonna want to double it.
Ooh. I'm in. I'm
I
like,
know, right?
I can't wait to like re-listen to this and like go back and write all of the
Yeah.
directions and the ingredients
Well,
down.
we will put these on our
Oh yeah,
Instagram,
we'll
on
post it. Yeah,
little
yeah.
recipe cards on our Instagram for you, and we'll call it Michael's
Uh,
eggnog, and then you guys will all know what it is.
yes. Oh
So,
my
do you like
God.
eggnog? I love
I
eggnog.
do. I
Yeah.
do. I do like eggnog. I love a holiday. Well, I love a holiday festive drink. Like
Hmm.
usually my go-to is like, I'll have like a bourbon on the rocks or like a scotch.
Right.
But I'm all about, and I can't do, and I like an old fashioned, but I can't
Hmm.
do like gin. I can't do a lot of
Yeah.
fancy drinks just because I'll get a headache.
Right.
I'm
Yes.
basic,
Right.
but I love eggnog.
You're a basic Christmas bee. I know. Okay.
Yes.
So here's another one. Here's another cocktail from Michael. This one I have definitely had this at his house, and oh my gosh, it was so good.
One of my favorite things to do in the holiday season is to make up a big batch of rosemary simple syrup, and I add that to a bunch of different cocktails. I just experiment. It's great in dry prosecco or in a dry white wine with some soda water added to it, and you can just throw in a sprig of rosemary and some cranberries to make it really festive. But my favorite cocktail to serve to my soon-to-be drunk guests is what I call a cup of cheer. I add a healthy tablespoon of cranberry sauce, the whole berry kind, in the bottom of a glass, 2 parts of bourbon, and 1 part of the rosemary simple syrup. You stir that up, add some ice, and then you top it with ginger beer. Alcoholic if you're feeling dangerous and want to create some drama, or non-alcoholic if you want to, keep things tempered a little bit. Again, add a sprig of rosemary and a few fresh cranberries as garnish. It's a great drink.
So that's called Michael's Cup of Cheer, everybody.
I love that. I
I
want to.
know.
Well,
Yeah.
I can see what he's saying about like in case there's some drama.
Yeah.
I could see that could get that because I don't think anyone can just have one of those. That
No,
sounds way
they're
too amazing and delicious.
right. And they're
Yeah.
fancy. Yeah, they're special. Like
I feel
so
like
yummy.
with the eggnog, it will
Yeah.
quickly become slur o'clock with people, which I have to shout out. My sister made that up.
Slur
in regards to
o'clock.
like we were actually in a family situation and she said, "Okay, it's time to go. It's slur o'clock." And Lauren, TM, Lauren. Anyway, but I feel like the eggnog would make that happen, but it might be fun. And I think both of those will be like they're perfect.
Yes,
And like to
yes.
have like friends over and have that. And you can
For
make big
sure.
batches of that.
Yes, yes. You can make a
Yeah.
big, huge, like, pitcher of Mama's cup of tea and
Mm-hmm.
just put the
Mm-hmm.
cranberry in at the bottom of the glasses. Yeah, that's awesome. So one of the things Michael did for me that was so amazing is when I got married, he actually, this is the most amazing thing. I got married in November, and he sent me for my wedding gift a huge box of this like organizer thing, and it was all full of Christmas ornaments. And every single Christmas ornament had a note on it from Michael saying, "This is what this is, and this is how you put it on your tree." And every single one was hand wrapped. And there were like 100 ornaments in there. I mean, it
Oh
was
my
amazing.
God.
It was amazing. It was the most amazing Christmas gift. And
That
he
is
told me
insanely
it
thoughtful.
was so many of them were handmade
Oh
ornaments that
my
he made
God.
himself. And
Stop.
yeah, he would, like, take, like, things like, like, those cutout trees that you buy at, like, Michael's or whatever, it's just, like, a little wooden tree. Then he took, like, Bible verses from the nativity story and, like, cut them up and then, like, decoupaged them on there and then, like, made the tree. It was, like, it's insane, it's amazing. There's, like
I
there's, like, a metal donkey that he bought, because he's, like, the donkey.
I love that
The
word.
Christmas. Oh, you donkey.
I
But
love
and
calling
then
people a
I
donkey.
know, and then he gave me all these ones that were like antiques, and he's like, "You can just tell people that these have been in your family for 100 years, or like
Mhm.
just lie, just say these have been in your family. They're a family heirloom." He did all those things, and so every year when I open Christmas, I think of Michael, and he's like,
Oh,
"I
man.
secretly did that so you would think of me." Like, oh my
That's
god,
so good. It's so sweet.
it's
And you
so
guys, I mean,
sweet.
that's like such a like physical expression of the
Yes,
relationship that you have and you can
totally.
actually see your relationship in real life like physically on a tree
Yeah.
and in like lots of other ways but like that's you can see it, actually
Yes.
see it.
Yeah, it's
It's
pretty
really
awesome.
cool.
It really is. He's a Sagittarius, and I've never met a single Sagittarius that does not love Christmas. They are like Christmas-aholics, like, but it's their season. That's why, because it's their season. They just love it,
Yeah.
December.
I'm
So
not
anyway,
sure if Sally loves it. I think
oh,
she does.
she likes to give, though. Sally likes
Oh
giving,
yeah,
right?
but and like I hope she's not like I'm not trying to like bring
Yeah,
anyone down, but her
right.
dad died on Christmas.
Oh, geez. Oh, that's my mom's dad died the day after Christmas, so I get it. Yeah.
So like it comes, it's like twofold. It
Yeah.
comes with the good, and you've got some shit, but like
Mhm.
it's mostly it's great.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so Nat, let's talk about some TV shows. So, what is your favorite Christmas? Do you have a favorite Christmas episode?
I no, I love like during Christmas, like
Mm-hmm.
when
Like,
I'm off work
yeah,
and like with the family, like with like well now like all of us together
yeah.
because Lauren and Collins and the kids are coming. I love sitting around watching Great British Baking Show.
Oh,
That's like
yes,
me. It really gets me like the cooking and all that. And like
yes,
I like Scott and I he started watching it and like I just like I love like watching I think watching someone bake and not me baking
yes,
during the holiday season just like really gets me in the like vibe of the holidays. And I
yes.
just like I will watch like old seasons. There's like a new season that I'm waiting to be done so I can watch all of it at once.
Yeah,
That and I love watching Queer Eye, the old
yes.
like the new Queer Eye
Mm-hmm.
on Netflix. I love
Mm-hmm.
watching that during the I just like really, if I because I know you mentioned you wanted to keep this episode gentle.
We need to be
So
gentle.
I would tell people to watch Succession
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
Sopranos, but at the same time, um,
No.
I'm not gonna do that this year.
Mm-mm.
I'm into gentle
Sweet things.
programs minus and the caveat to that
Yes,
is
yes.
if we can just pretend like I don't watch all the Datelines, all the 2020s. And I've been obsessed with this thing called Caught on the Web and like
Oh, yeah.
murderers getting
Mm-hmm.
caught on by their phones or by online activity. And it's just, people just really think they know everything.
Right.
Anyway, Great British Baking Show. I love rewatching Friends during the
Yes.
holidays from Thanksgiving to Christmas. I love just starting from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um,
So good.
but yeah, I mean, I like to see things that don't I'm not going to feel rattled.
Right.
And if I'm rattled with sweetness. I'm rattled with
Yes.
happiness. Like
Right.
that's kind of like where that's where I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm kind of the same. I like watching like cozy things. Like one of the things I always have to watch is Christmas on Sesame Street. Also, I think we talked about this last year. Maybe we didn't talk about this last year. I don't know. But the a night it's like called like um all over something on Christmas Eve on Sesame Street or something. It's like I'm obsessed with that for some reason.
Really?
Super
You're obsessed
cozy.
with it, but we don't know what it's called.
It's called Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, I think.
Okay, let's just call it that. Let's say that's what it's called. All right.
So everybody, I highly recommend one of your survival guide tactics for Christmas is watch old stuff that you loved when you were a kid.
Anything the Muppets, by the way.
Anything the Muppets.
Yeah.
Anything, watch everything that you watched as a kid that made you happy. Don't watch stuff that made you unhappy.
Or anxious. Like don't do
that.
You're gonna be anxious enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
It's just do yourself a favor and cool it.
Cool it. Just keep it gentle, everybody. Keep it easy. Keep it gentle. I also really love, now it's not really gentle, but it's an old movie called All About Eve, which I've told you about
Sally
300
loves
million
All
times.
About Eve.
I love it. Well, maybe Sally and I can sit and watch it together because you're never going to watch it with me, apparently.
I will. I just like when people, I'm the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, here we have a podcast that tells people like what they should watch.
I know.
And then I'm on Lisa Fisher's podcast. It's called What to Watch.
Yes.
And then when people tell me what to watch, I'm like, nope.
Don't tell me what to watch.
I'm like, don't you tell me what to do. And you know what? I'll tell you one thing. You can blame the nuns. Blame the nuns.
It seems like the nuns
blame it on the nuns.
Up a lot. Blame it on the nuns.
Nuns that yelled in my face.
Yes. Now, okay. So the other thing is music. We have to talk about music, everybody. Listen to the music that reminds you of your good Christmases. So if you had like an old family record that you guys love to listen to that. In my family, it's Stephen Eady's Christmas, and it's like it is amazing. And the Ray Conniff Singers Christmas album, and it's so cheesy, but it's like makes me happy, What about you, Nat? I know you love Christmas music.
I love Christmas music.
That? What is that about?
So, I don't know what it is. Like I've already got my new station set for I love classic Christmas music. I love like my family, we listen to the Nat King Cole Christmas album record, actually the actual record.
Yes.
And lots of Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby and all of the crooner stuff. But I also love Mariah Carey's Christmas. And I listen to All I Want for Christmas Is You all year long. Okay. And I have a really good air drums to that, by the way. But I love Christmas music, and we'll make a Christmas playlist. One of my besties, Whitney, is also a huge Christmas music person. Like I'm actually going to have her help compile a playlist because it doing it alone, you won't really beef it up the way that it needs to. Because I love NSYNC Christmas. I love Britney Spears singing Christmas. I love weird like Sting singing Chris, like Little Drummer Boy. Let me tell you something. It's hard for me not to like it.
I know. Okay? I love it.
It really is. And every Christmas morning when I show up at my parents' house and Bruce is downstairs getting coffee ready and doing all the things, he plays Handel's Messiah. Yeah. So we walk in and it's like, hallelujah. I mean, like, by the way, which was also the at my wedding, the violin, what is it? The
violinist. She played
that at the end of the ceremony as my dad had instructed her to do.
That is funny.
But like we love
hilarious.
Handel's Messiah, and I love Christmas music. We'll put out a playlist early on. We'll do that. Like we might make a post sooner than later. Before this comes out to
definitely,
because I've already started, and I told Scott I was like, it's time. Yeah, I've got the huge candle. I bought this humongous pine candle for the den.
Nice.
And I'm ready for Christmas music to be on. I got my stocking for the house. It doesn't match everyone else's yet, but we'll evolve.
Yes.
As I am joining a blended family.
I love that.
I am so ready to start this party.
Yes, I want to
Christmas
get
party.
yes,
Holiday parties.
and you get to have a tree and all that stuff. Okay, so
Right.
on my family side, we have this tradition because we're Scandinavian, and so we have all these
Oh, I've never heard that
Scandinavian,
before.
you know.
That's I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. How have we gone almost, I don't know, almost 20 years
Yeah.
without me hearing about your Scandinavian heritage?
I don't know.
I absolutely have never heard you say Scandinavian.
Scandinavian.
Okay. I just didn't
Well,
know you were so tapped into that,
I am.
your Scandinavian background.
Well, I am.
Tell me
And
more about that.
okay, well, my dad's mother was like Swedish, and
Sure.
and then my mom's mother and family were Norwegian, and so it's just
Got
like
it.
that's just what happened.
I just didn't know you had the cultures, the
We
like
do,
the
we do. The
okay.
Danish
So
culture is big in our family too.
tell me more about that.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about this word that the Danes have. It's spelled Hyggge. Hyggge. Natalie, how do you think you're supposed to pronounce that word?
Why would you do this to me?
Hyggge.
I'm the worst pronouncer.
Just,
you know that.
just sound it out.
Hygge.
Yeah.
Hygge.
Yeah, like hygge, right? Or like hygge.
No.
No, the Danes call it, are you ready? Hygge.
Hygge.
Exactly. Hygge. And what
Hygge.
exactly. And what it means is to like get cozy. Like it's the time of year to like light a fire, put on socks, put on sweaters, just be cozy at home. It's like that whole thing with like the candles and the blankets and the like all the stuff. And so I have a playlist that I've already made. It's on Spotify, everybody. I will make it public so everybody can download it. It's called Hygge Holiday, and it's great. And it's all just like kind of like, I also got this idea from Michael. It's kind of like folksy Christmas. Like it's like instead of it being like super cheesy or like real polished, it's like more like nature inspired. And so that's what I like. I like having lots of pine cones and white candles and
Yep.
all that stuff, like
cone.
green tree, like all that stuff. Anyway, so speaking of Christmas decorating, we have another suggestion from our friend Michael, who is the master decorator. Like, whoa. Here comes Michael talking about one of his favorite things.
One of my favorite Christmas crafts is actually really simple, but also kind of lovely. Throughout the fall, or actually any time that I'm out and about, I will gather pine cones. I've always got one stuffed in my pocket. I'm always like traveling with him in my poor TSA. They're like, who is this freak? Anyway, it always reminds me of places I've been. I love the kind of long, dangly pine cones. And what I do is put a little eye hook in the top, just screw it in. They usually go in pretty easily. If not, you can use a little bit of a nail to just kind of push it in a little bit to get it started. You can use some white paint that's been diluted down with a little bit of water to make a glaze. Let that dry. You just put it like at the edges of all the little petals of the pine cone. When that's dry, I do the same with some glue or some decoupage, and then I use a chunky clear glitter on it. You're going to want to do this over like some newspaper you put down or over a box or something so it catches all that glitter. And then you let that dry. When I hang them on the tree, because pine cones are close to the branch, I don't use a string with them. I just use a small hook, and sometimes I'll even bend the hook up so that it looks like it's coming directly from the branch. It's super easy. It's very cheap. And you just need like 6 or 8 of those on your tree, and it'll give it a really beautiful, natural, glittery, frosty look.
I love that idea for those pine cones because there are pine cones everywhere here.
No, I have like a buttload of pine cones that were in my like wreath that Bruce like every year at my house on Hawthorne. I would come home and he had a wreath on my door and like, and like there were pine cones on. And I still have all these pine cones because he was like, those are, and they're fake, but he's like, don't throw those away. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to make them ginormous ornaments.
Yeah, that would be so cool. And you can hang them in like garland on different places in your house.
Yeah.
I know. We're all everybody's just deck the halls, everybody. We're just going to be decking the halls.
And repurpose. Repurpose.
Hell yes. I specifically did not. I wanted to just brag on Michael. That's why I wasn't like, don't come on the podcast. I just want to brag on you because you're such a amazing part of my Christmas life. I just really wanted to brag on Michael. I really
He's
did.
such an amazing person. And
Totally.
he's just absolutely lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, anyway, that was basically that was the decorating. So everybody just enjoy your decorating. And then the final thing we were going to talk about, oh my God,
Well, what movie? Like, what's
yeah,
your
the
go-to
movies, right?
And then and then what podcast are you listening?
Yes.
to? Like,
Okay. Yes.
What
yes.
podcast are you going to chill to,
Yeah.
Ange?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go back and listen to, and I think our listeners should do this too. I'm going to go back and listen to our holiday movie from last year, which was what was it? It was the one about why can't I think of it? Oh, it's a Christmas. It's the Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation. And so that one is hilarious. Also, there's a new podcast out by Amy Poehler. It's called
Dr. Sheila.
Dr. Sheila. Say more. Say more.
And it's Dr. question mark
Yes.
Sheila because she's not an actual doctor.
Yes.
And it's hilarious and it's light and it's an improv podcast with like Anna Gassar, Chris Parnell.
Yes.
Whole
bunch of people.
Maya Rudolph.
Yeah.
Fred Armisen. Like there's all of these people and they have to like it's like a couples therapy. And Amy Poehler's a therapist, Dr. Sheila, and it's all improv. It's absolutely hilarious. It's super light. It's wonderful.
Yes. So that's a podcast.
What's your favorite Christmas snack? I know mine.
Oh, Christmas snack.
Like when you get like for Christmas, like what is it that you only can get at Christmas that you snack on only during Christmas?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first.
You go.
So at my office, we get a bunch of those popcorn tins.
Yes.
With us. So that popcorn tin, cheddar popcorn.
Oh, dude. Yes.
Is all over my face.
Yes, it is. All those popcorns are so good. And also the one from Harry and David called Moose Munch, which is
all right.
just...
Well, that's a little elevated, but yes.
It's just... And then, but
Moose Munch.
One of my favorite holiday things that just reminds me of the holidays is the Chex Mix.
Oh,
especially
I love
if
spicy Chex Mix.
Yes.
Spicy. It's all spicy nuts.
Yes.
Let's get more spicy nuts.
Keep your nuts spicy, everybody. Just
keep them spicy for the holidays. Everybody loves the spicy nuts.
Everybody does
during the holidays.
Yes.
No one's gonna get mad about it.
No.
But yeah, I love the popcorn tins.
Oh,
and I love a cheddar popcorn. You don't buy that for yourself. You're not gonna buy a popcorn tin.
Yeah, I know.
And if you do, you're my hero. And
I know.
Maybe I'll admit that I actually do too sometime, but I'm not right now. I won't right now.
I love sending, if you guys need to know what to send for gifts, one of my favorite gifts to send is food gifts. Food gifts can never go wrong. And frankly, I don't need a bunch of new stuff because I buy myself stuff, right?
Right.
But I mean, Natalie's
something
like,
that you can put in the freezer.
Natalie's over here like, well, I need some stuff.
No, I don't. I'm good on stuff. But if you can send somebody something that they can freeze or use immediately, like snacks, like do a snack basket.
Oh yeah, snack basket
do
for
some
sure.
Snacks.
Love it. Yes, Gold Belly, you can get anything.
You don't need the fruit. Gold Belly, you can get anything.
Yeah.
Harry and David, you can get anything.
Yeah.
Send some chocolates.
I don't
send
want
some snacks.
I don't want the fruit tower though. People
I
don't send
want
me the fruit tower.
I don't. It's too fresh. It will not be eaten.
Listen,
okay?
I'm not going to eat all
Especially
those pears
on a Monday.
Look,
I'm not going to eat a bunch of cantaloupe and melon on a Monday.
No, it's not.
That's not cozy.
No, it's not cozy. That is not hygge.
It looks beautiful. No, it's not hygge, and mad respect because it's very artful, but it's not functional and nobody wants that.
So everybody just take note. Take note.
That's a skip it.
Skip it. Skip that.
Okay. But Ange, what's your go-to movie?
Well, I said All About Eve. I always watch like right around Christmas Eve. Like
really?
I always watch that. Yeah, I do. I watch that actually, that's more of a New Year's thing for me. But let me tell you, I still love Two Pieces, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like the classic old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's just, oh my God, it's my favorite. I love it so much.
I find it wildly complicated.
Oh, I love it. I love the little singing deer. I love them flying through the air.
Political.
Just
kidding.
What? Natalie, it's official.
It's official.
Well, it's official.
I can't have children. No, I think I like. You know what? I want to watch that with Isabel and Ian, my niece and nephew, this year because she's like 3.5, and he's
perfect.
1.5, and it's just kind of a different vibe. So I'm excited to watch a bunch of Christmas stuff with them. But this is like very like obviously this is like a lot of people's favorite. But I love Elf.
Oh,
I love
Elf. It's so good.
Anything Will Ferrell, but I love that Peter Dinklage is in it. I love that James Caan is in it. I mean, I think the Elf, Bob Newhart.
Yes, I know.
And it's just that's like my. And it's really funny.
It is really funny. It's just sweet.
It's really good. Mary Steenburgen.
I know.
Hi, she's an Arkansas gal.
Yeah. Oh, we know. We remember when you met her. You met her in the hospital or something, right?
Yeah. Well, she was on a gurney.
What's that on a? Yeah, she was on a gurney. What's that movie with Ryan Reynolds where he goes home and it's Christmas time?
Just Friends. It's the best.
That
Just
is
Friends.
People, you guys have to watch that movie. Yes, Just
Anna
Friends.
Faris, love her. Ryan Reynolds. That's one of Sally's favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a great and
Sally loves a good raunch.
Yeah,
Sally and I both love a good raunch movie. And she loves Just Friends. Yes. She loves Ryan Reynolds too.
Yeah. That's a really good one that I watched last year. I just watched. Now, my brother and sister and my mom are already talking about all the Hallmark movies that they're going to watch. They love like the Lifetime and the Hallmark movies.
Get me in. I'll watch it.
All of those. Like
last year there was a Lindsay Lohan one, and I thought my head was going to explode.
I loved that one. That was so cute. She was skiing.
Loved it.
I loved it.
Loved it.
So cute.
I've never even been skiing. I love it.
I know. It was great. It was really good. It's fun. Everybody.
I can't even relate.
Just everybody, here's the thing. We just want you to keep it gentle. Just keep it easy. We gave you the pivots. We gave you the conversational pivots.
We've given you all of the opportunity to make this the chillest holiday season of your lives.
Just chill. Just be like, the girls have put your books down, told me to just be gentle and chill. So that's what I'm going to do. And so that's our hope and our wish for everybody. I mean, we could keep talking. Is there anything we didn't cover that we were going to cover?
Well, we haven't done our pit stop.
Oh, yeah. We have to do a pit stop right now.
And you know what it is, but you may have forgotten.
What is it?
Your favorite Santa Claus.
Oh my gosh, right. Okay.
Angela came up with this, by the way, earlier.
I did, and I forgot.
I'm like the nerd that keeps notes, I guess. Go ahead.
Yeah, you are. Okay. My favorite Santa Claus, hands down, 100%, without even a doubt, even batting an eye, is the Santa Claus in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's the jolliest. He says, ho, ho, ho. He has the greatest hoe. His wife, Mrs. Claus, speaking of hoes, his wife, Mrs. Claus, is also amazing. I love that Santa Claus. That is my favorite. What about you, Nat?
Okay. Well, we all know I have a complicated relationship with Santa Claus.
I was waiting for that. Mm-hmm.
I've already called him lazy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I called him a garbage person.
Yep.
Maybe it was a weird day.
Not like a person who delivers garbage. I mean, who picks up garbage.
No, I feel like
he's trash. You're saying
he's like a CEO
trashy
of a company, and it's just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite, and I really thought about this today.
Yeah.
But I think that, and I went through like all these childhood Santa Clauses, but like really the one that like, and it goes back to the movie that I love. Ed Asner as Santa Claus in Elf really is just like that's my absolute favorite. Ed Asner is my favorite all the time, anytime. But as Santa Claus, I was like, that's my Santa Claus. That's my Santa Claus. I mean, unless you're talking about James Gandolfini dressed up in a Santa Claus outfit on The Sopranos, Ed Asner is my Santa Claus.
Do you think
and he's like real talk and so good?
Do you think it's his voice? No. Like, what is it about him?
I think it's his energy. I think it's I think it's everything about Ed Asner, and
I know
in the movie Elf, and just him being. He's like that's my Santa Claus. That's the one I would ever want to like talk to,
and maybe write a letter. And
unless it was like, well,
what?
Yeah, I can write a letter.
Okay,
I can write a letter.
Are you gonna be all Santa baby? Okay.
No. Okay. Again, I'm being accused of it not being sincerely endearing and as a grandfather.
Sorry.
Right.
I have one more thing to say about the Christmas music, and this is going to ruffle some feathers, and I'm really, really sorry. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with the song "Baby It's Cold Outside." There's nothing wrong with it. The song is about a woman and a guy, a woman and a man, who are in love and they're trying to figure out a way for her to stay without the entire neighborhood calling her a tramp. That is what the song is about.
So you're sure they're in love?
Well, they're definitely cooing and cuddling and kissing, and they're definitely like, I want to stay, but I really can't because my aunt is going to talk
And she's like, I
crap
should really
behind
go.
my
And he's
back.
like,
But
she's
baby,
like,
it's cold outside.
I should really go. And he's like, over my dead body.
Well, no, that's not how the song goes.
Just ruffling your feathers.
I didn't know my feathers were the ones that were going to get ruffled. Yeah, I love it. I still love
kidding,
Baby It's
I
Cold.
agree.
It's totally
Yeah,
like,
I love it.
It's take it for the time period that it was recorded in. Everybody,
it's
study
also
those
just a
lyrics. I
pretty
study
song.
lyrics. I study lyrics for a
Angela,
living.
I did not
you.
mean to make you get turned. I did not.
I
was
am
just throwing it back at you.
Ungentle.
You know what? I unfortunately
Ungentle.
played a little bit of the advocate there, and that did not go well.
It didn't. Now you've got me all
Because
riled up.
usually you like when I sing. Now you usually like when I sing.
Right.
And you sure didn't right then.
Mm-mm.
Well, we
anyway.
can't end on that holiday spirit. So
No.
let's regroup. Shake it off, sis.
Okay, shake it off. Whew. Okay, everybody, here's what you got to do to survive the holidays. You got to keep it gentle. You got to keep it sweet. You got to keep it sentimental. You got to keep it neat. You got to keep it rhyming. You got to keep it going. You got to keep it climbing like you were only knowing Santa Claus was Ed Asner. I don't know what rhymes with Asner. How long I can get.
Bedazzler.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody, just be silly, have fun. Don't take it all too seriously. And remember the spirit of giving. And also light lots of candles because they make you feel good. Okay?
Yeah, and they smell good. And follow our social media and watch our YouTube videos and leave us a good review. Only if it's nice. Thank you so much. We love you so much. And happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, happy holidays. Oh my goodness. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Everybody.
Namaste, Angela.
Namaste.
Cold outside.
Nice, Natalie. Yes. Well,
say something back to me. It's your turn.
I'm going to say something back to you, and to you I say, Namaste, shitters full. Okay.
Okay, I love you. I can't. I don't even know what to say to that.
I don't either. Donkey poop. Okay, see you later.
Donkey, bye.
Bye. Now, isn't that better? Thanks for listening. Feel free to leave us a review and be sure to subscribe wherever you get your shows. Put Your Books Down is produced by ClantonCreative.com.